the art wing, and you can already guess what I saw. This is my favorite couple.
So on number 1 here, we've done one like that. There's a graph that's already drawn for you, and you want to write the equation of that line. So what would you do? Okay, start out with that y-intercept, which is -4. So our equation, we want to put it in slope-intercept form. So we have y equals, put a -4 here, and then what do we do? So we're not doing any dividing because we don't have an equation on that one. This is the note. All right. Yeah, so first we need to find another point, though, that we can use. We can't just use any point from this one, for example, because it doesn't have integer values. So I want to pick a point that is going to have integer values. So what would be?
-2, -3.
-2? Oh, 3. This would be another one, yeah, either one.
-2.
Either one of those, okay. So now my slope, rise up 2, left 3, so -2/3 x, then -4. And it doesn't matter which of those points you use. Go down 2 into the right 3, and it'll still give you that same point. Does that make sense? Yeah. So we've done ones like that before. So now let's sort of skip to number 5, and we want to write the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line through this point with this slope. So what we could do is we could graph this point, 1, 3, and then find the slope from there. So the slope is 5, which is the same thing as 5/1. So we're going to go up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then write 1. So, but we need to find that y-intercept to get the equation of the line, don't we? So what we would need to do is when we draw our line, we have to make sure it goes through that y-axis.
You need to go down.
We need to do what? We need to do what?
Go down 5.
Good, yeah, so we want to go down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then to the left 1. The problem with just using that line is that we're using a ruler, and it's easy to hold that ruler off just a little bit. So exactly what Jimmy just said there is perfect. It's going down 5 and to the left 1 would then help us see what that equation of that line is. And there's that equation of that line. Okay, however, we need to be able to do this without a graph. We need to be able to do it algebraically. So because this is the same thing as -5 over -1, right? So we went down 5, left 1. Because we had to find where it crossed that y-axis to find the equation. So we know what the equation is now with the y-intercept, and that's going to be 5x minus 2. So now let's do it algebraically. We have to be able to do it algebraically. So we're going to start with y equals mx plus b. Why start with y equals mx plus b?
Because that's like how you do it. That's like the way you need to.
What does it ask us to find? What form of the line?
Slope-intercept.
Slope-intercept form. So that's slope-intercept form. So what do we have? Do we have the m or do we have the e?
Oh, we have the.
Yeah, we have the m. That slope is the m. So I'm going to put that in there, y equals 5x plus b, and then I need to find out what my y-intercept is using this point. So this point has an x value and a y value. So we're going to take this 1 and substitute it in for x,
Okay, because you get 3 equals 5.
and the 3 and substitute it in for y. So 3 here and 1 here. So 3 equals 5 times 1 plus b. So now we want to simplify. 5 times 1 is 5. And then what would we do next to solve that? A hand, please.
You might
Anybody knows? Anybody else? So we're going to do what with the 5? And how do we do that? How do we get it over the other side? Minus 5, that's right. So we minus 5 from both sides, and we get negative 2 is equal to b. Really common mistake for students to say, we're done. We're not quite done yet, are we? What is it that we still need to do?
Write the full equation.
We want to write the full equation in slope-intercept form. So we already have it here, but except for the b, we just found the b, so let's put that in there. 5x minus 2. Okay, so number 6, how do we start? So some of you, that's okay if you want to skip this first step. I like to start by writing out the slope-intercept form. And then what would we do next? A hand, please. A hand, please. Yes, I'm ready. Yes, good. So we're going to start with putting in the negative 1 for the m. And then what do we do next?
Plug in the x and the y.
That's right. So we have a point. On that line, those points change, but we're going to use that to find our b. So we're going to substitute the negative 5 for the y. And then the 2 for the x. So negative 5 equals negative 1 times 2 plus b. And then what next? So we're going to simplify this to negative 2. And then what next to find b? Add 2 to both sides. And we get b equals negative 3. Not quite done. What's our last step? Jimmy?
Y equals
Negative x.
plus
Good. And so when we write that, it's good to simplify it to just negative x. Okay, I'm going to do one more with you. I'm going to skip up to number 8, and then I'm going to have you do number 7 on your own. So start with y equals mx plus b. Go back there in that group. What's my next step? What do I do next? What would I do next? Do something with the slope. Where does the slope go? The m, that's right. So we're going to put the 1/2 in place of the m. And then what are we going to do next? Somebody in this group here. Raise your group. What do we do next? We're going to do something with that point. And the 3 goes where? Yeah, and the X or the Y? The Y. So we're going to put a 3 in place of the Y, and then a -2 in place of the X. So don't let that fraction scare you. You can do it. We're going to put a 1 underneath there. We multiply across. This gives us -2 over 2. I'm just going to do that on the side, which would equal -1. So we get 3 equals -1 plus b. And what would be our next step? Add 1, that's right, to both sides to get the b by itself. And we get b is 4, not quite done. Y equals 1/2 x plus 4. Okay, I want you to do this one, number 7, on your own. Number 7, please.
Yeah, I can do it.
I know, it's like searching for I know, I was like, hello. Oh, my homework that I was on Friday, I did it. Please.
Good, you guys are doing great on this.
Oh, yeah, I know. Check homework.
Okay, so let's do number 9 together. If you have a question on number 7, I'll come back to that. So we're going to start with the slope, 5/3 x plus b, and then substitute the x and the y. So we have 4 and 3. Hold on for just a little bit longer. I'm almost done. So 4 equals 5/3 times 3 plus b. Put a 1 underneath that, and then we're going to do this on the side. 5 times 3 is 15. 3 times 1, 3. So this gives us 5. 4 equals 5 plus b. Subtract 5. b equals -1, and then substitute the b into this equation here. And then that's going to be y equals 5/3 x minus 1. Any questions on that?